All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right. I think that's about enough of that, don't you? I think that's probably about enough intro. We're behind schedule. We've got a big ol' fancy pants story to finish up, and I'm excited to dive into it. I don't want to lose a freaking second. Oh dear. What have I done? What the fuck? Huh? Okay. Oh, that's wild. Um, what have I done? Hold, please. 1 second. Wow. I never thought that just oiling a piece of machinery would make it go crazy. Um, Hi, everybody. Welcome. How's it going? Welcome to the Friday show. How are you doing? We made it. We made it to the end of the week. It's Friday. It's the weekend. It's payday for some of us. It's actually the weekend for some of us. If it's not your weekend and you're back in there tomorrow, I hope tonight can be a wonderful little reprieve, an oasis, if you will, where you can let your troubles go and dive into an awesome story with me before you have to get back in there tomorrow. But either way, whoever's here, welcome. 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 It is apparently Friday the 13th for those that fear for themselves. I didn't think about that. Be careful out there. You never know what could be waiting around the next corner. I so I oiled my my mic arm today because you know how sometimes it does that thing where like it creaks when I stand up, it'll go like so I decided to take some WD-40 to it today and clean it and like, you know, work it into the joints and get it all oiled up and lubricated and greasy and, you know, make it stop fucking doing that. But apparently, my God, it's amazing how much resistance, I guess, like dust accounts for. Because I used to be able to just bring it up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down constantly, and it would just stop wherever I left it. But now, if I'm down at my seat, it's fine. Is it though? Nope. It just flew out of my face and into the sky. What? Stop it. I didn't know. Oh, this could be a problem. What the fuck? I didn't realize that just oiling the arm would make it like lose all of its resistance, or at least half of its resistance. This is wild. I can't even express like how anxious this thing is to fly up to the ceiling when I let go of it. Oh no. Stay put, please. Please. I need this to do my job. Please. 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 Huh? All right. I think. No, there it goes. I wish I could show you this. My microphone won't stop leaving. It's leaving for the sky. Lube responsibly is right. God damn. What the fuck? There's a little, you know what there is? There are these little hex screws on the side. And I bet those fuckers will tighten. I bet those fuckers will tighten. Let's tighten my mic arm real quick while live. You know, like a responsible streamer. So I can do the show tonight. In the meantime, how are you all doing tonight? How's Friday treating you? Anyone do anything awesome today? For the record, those don't move. So, oops. It'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. Anyone have any wins? Anyone have a good day at work they want to talk about? Anything else? Am I still here? Is this thing on? You made coffee? Did you make me some? New type of coffee or something that, something you've been having? I forget if I mentioned this, but my Keurig, I used a Keurig, my Keurig broke. And I still have yet to like clean it and fix it. So I'm the lucky person who has been just having instant coffee on a daily basis for the past couple of weeks because I just haven't found the time or energy to fix my coffee machine yet. As a barista, man, I did that. I did that for just a tiny little bit when I worked at a cinema, a little independent movie theater. They had me behind the cafe, and they had me making different drinks for people. I used to experiment. Like I'd get like a big thing of M&Ms and I'd like steam the M&Ms down to like melted chocolate and then put in milk and turn it into like a hot cocoa while no one was looking. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. I have a Dr. Pepper and I can see the moon from my window again. You can see the moon from your window? I don't have that much city light around me, but there is enough city light that I feel like I can never see the moon unless I'm driving. And weirdly, I'll see the moon at like 4 p.m. sometimes when I'm driving, but usually not at night. There's a story a friend of mine wrote when, I think when they were in middle school. I was like second year in high school. They were in middle school. I was doing like a student directing, theater troupe thing that my theater department was doing. So we were working with kiddos from middle school, and one of them wrote this amazing story. She's now faculty at the school, where she was I think I've told somebody this once, where she was a little girl who wished upon a star. This is a sad story, by the way. But it's a little girl who wished upon a star that she could be like a movie star and famous and have everything she ever wished for. And it all came true. And she ends up, in the big city, like following her dreams. But she realizes that it's not everything that she thought it would be. And, she misses her friends and misses her family and misses like when life was simpler. But now that she's in the big city and there's so many lights all around her, she can't see the stars anymore to wish on anymore. It's kind of a horrifying story, but it stuck with me forever. It burned itself into my brain as just like this beautifully poignant concept of like, when the lights around you are so bright, you can't wish on a star and like you can't see the stars anymore. There was this little tiny little farm that we used to go up to every summer. My theater department would organize these like little trips for us to go up and like spend a retreat at like a little lodge out in the woods. It was like super simple. But we would like get up there, we'd rent a couple of rooms, and there was like this barn that they let us use, and we would just do like theater games and trust exercises and stuff like that. And that was in the middle of nowhere. And when you went outside at night and you sat down on the grass and you looked up at the sky, it was like there were billions of stars in the sky. And they were all so bright and so colorful and so beautiful. No, it was up in Massachusetts. I didn't go to the farm upstate where all the pets go. Is that what your parents tell you as a kid? Oh, they had to go to the farm upstate. Yeah, that's why little woofy, little woofs didn't come home from the vet. Sounds like Mel's eyes. Bunny. Girl name pending. Bunny, welcome. Observing, welcome. Tito, welcome. Cav, welcome. Moldy, Lomaine, welcome. Maya, welcome. Mitchell, welcome. Count Macula, Angry Misfortune, and Undivided. Hello, this is the Ace Attorney stream. It's Friday. We've made it. And I don't want to, I don't want to belabor the show too long because it's already 7:45 and we have quite a bit left. But if you've never been here before, if you're lurking there in the background and you're like, what does she do on Fridays? I thought I'd stop by and just see what's up. We've been playing through Ace Attorney for the past God, months, right? I feel like we've been doing this since like March, for months now, and we'll be doing it easily until next March. We've been playing through the Ace Attorney trilogy, and it is our little ritual that we do every single Friday. As a voice actor, I like to tell stories, and so this is a really cool opportunity for me to combine my two worlds between being a streamer and being an actor. And I play through one bit at a time, the Ace Attorney trilogy, voicing every single goddamn character. And it is, listen, no one's going for an Oscar here. It's campy, it's anime as fuck, but it is so much fun. So if you are here for the first time, you are in for a treat. We are going to be tackling the final chapter, time pending, like assuming that we keep relatively good time. We are hopefully tackling the final chapter of the final case of the final game of the Phoenix Wright trilogy, Bridge to the Turnabout. And then, if all goes according to plan, we'll have our exciting conclusion tonight, and we'll be starting next week, right? With Apollo Justice trilogy, which will be very exciting. I've played 2 of the games. I've not played the last one. So the last one is actually going to be a complete surprise. I know people come in here. I'm pretty good at role playing like I'm brand new to something. So oftentimes people will come in here and they'll be like, hey, this is like a new playthrough, right? She's clearly never done this. And you guys will be like, no, she's done this. She's just hustling everybody. But for the last game, so to be fair, this is 3 titles from now. So we're talking months from now. I've never played it before. So we will be exploring it for the very first time together. And we'll also get to find out how much voice acting is in there. I'm hoping not much. I'm hoping I can continue to do the same thing. Boy, would it be a shocker if we got to the final title and my job was unnecessary. But that said, let me type up the message real quick. This is a light performance stream. Apologies if I miss your message. No spoilers / backseating, please. I can take it out? I don't know. We'd lose the music. I don't know if I can separate the game into its parts unless I'm... Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. It would be cool if I could. I don't think it'll be an issue. I guess we'll have to find out. We'll have to find out. When we last left off, we had the coolest, for me, the coolest trial day in the whole frickin' franchise. By the way, hey Jay, it's good to see you. A lightning bolt strikes the bridge at the temple that Nick is visiting with Maya and with Pearl. Maya is left stranded on the other side of a bridge, trapped in a temple where she was supposed to be performing a training ritual. Nick, in a desperate attempt to cross a burning bridge, literally, to save her, plummets into the river below and is left in the hospital, recovering. In a stroke of genius or madness, he calls in a favor from Edgeworth himself to go investigate. And we get one of the coolest investigation days ever of Edgeworth with Gumshoe in tow, playing the role of like Maya, sticking along and commenting on things as Edgeworth does a police investigation. And then we go to trial and we realize that the prosecutor, Gatto, is missing. And so Edgeworth calls in another favor and books a courtroom with a judge that, oh dear, unintentional. I didn't know that was your name. Books a courtroom with a judge that doesn't know him and calls in none other than Franziska von Karma to face off with him in court. And so we get Edgeworth versus Franziska the fucking court day. And it's one of the coolest court days, I think, in the whole series. Afterwards, we finally end up back out in the body of Nick again. We are back to normal with Phoenix Wright leading the investigation. Maya is still not found. Even after the bridge is repaired, Maya's missing. And when we get to the temple she was supposed to be training at, it's blocked by a real life psych lock. A real lock and chains bar entry into the cave. There is no keyhole. No one knows how to get it open. So we're searching desperately for an answer. The only person they think that can open the lock is the suspect, our client, Iris, who they bring out of police custody. I mean, they bring in police custody to go to the temple to try to unlock it. But just then an earthquake strikes. Iris goes missing. And when they get back to the cave, there are now 5 real-life psych locks chaining entry to the cave. How? Why? Where is Iris? Where is Maya? In addition to that, now that we're finally across the bridge to the other part of the island, we find blood. We find a message written in blood with Maya's name on it. We find what could possibly be the actual scene of the murder. But how did that happen on the other side of a burning bridge if the body was found all the way back at the temple? Gatto is back, but why? He confronts Nick and accuses him of murdering Mia Fey. He makes tells us some strange story about how he was sent to hell and died. And while he was gone, Mia was killed, which is the very first case after the tutorial in the original game. And we find out for the first time possibly what his beef might be with Nick. That he blames Nick for Mia's death. He says he's done something that nobody can take back. We don't know what that means, but he's back now. And now we're going to trial for the final day. All right, actually, I should say we have one more bit of investigation, I think. I will say this. In the interest of, things we've literally said on stream, he sure does look a lot like Diego Armando, Mia's old partner and possibly boyfriend. So, we have a decent idea of what Gatto's beef with Nick is, but he's kept it he's kept it close to the chest. We only saw it through flashback. So what's going to happen in the second half of this investigation? Iris is still missing. Maya is still missing. We have to finish the investigation, figure out where the suspect is and get her back, and then go into the final trial day against Gatto. And who the fuck knows what's going to happen once we get there. So without further ado, I am going to hit the 3-minute button one more time in just a second. Colorfinger, thank you so much for the 18 months. Jono, hello. Crimson, hello. And again, thank you, Colorfinger. I'm going to hit the 3-minute button again in just a second and give you one last chance to take a break before we dive in so I can do a little bit of last-minute setup. One more quick order of business. If you've been here before, you know this. I've got a big old thing of caffeine next to me. I have a big thing of water next to me. Feel free to liberally slap that hydrate button to remind me to take care of myself. This is a very vocally demanding, stressful stream, and it is worth it. I love it more than anything else I do here. But that does mean I will be taking more breaks than usual. There will be a lot of 3-minute breaks. I want you to know up front, you're never going to miss anything. I try to plan it out so that I can take breaks when I'm also going to be getting up and hitting the restroom or resting my voice or drinking some water. So you are never going to miss a part of the story. If I fuck up for any reason, Misfits, go ahead and slap that ad emote in the chat if you don't mind. We have an emote for that. If I fuck up, it's not it wasn't intentional. Slam the chat with ad emotes and I will pause and stop what I'm doing because I don't want you to miss anything. Okay? So there will be more breaks than usual, but it's not, Mel being the shilliest shill that ever shilled. It is in fact for vocal health. So I will see you in 3 minutes. Last break before we jump in. And then we will dive in. So this is your chance. Hit the restroom, refill your water, change into your PJs, make a snack, whatever you need to do it now. We are starting in 3. Also, you'll be very happy to know. Is my mouth just staying open because I'm loud now? I need to adjust my mic settings real quick. You'll be very happy to know I went out and I got myself some Choco Rooms when I was at the Japanese grocery store the other day. So I have a tasty treat next to me. For anyone that watched Don't Toy With Me, Ms. Nagatoro, Choco Rooms are Gamo's favorite. And I had to try them because of how passionate she was about them. And now they're one of my favorites. They're really good. Welcome back, everybody! Without further ado, let's continue the story after a little bit of lip balm and see what awaits us in the second half. I think this is called the post-earthquake trial. Or sorry, the post-earthquake investigation. Arclight, thank you so much for the 8 months. Thank you. Thanks for subbing with Prime. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a good night. And again, thank you everyone for being so patient with the later start. So this is where we left off. 4 more mysterious real-life Cyclops blocking entry into the cave, where as far as we know, Maya is potentially starving to death and or freezing to death. Things are not looking good. February 9th, Inner Temple Training Hall.
Right? Is this what Gado was talking about?
Yeah. The trick locks.
Now then, Iris. Please remove these at once.
Oh, I guess we found Iris. Oh, yeah, we found her standing in front of the gate. We found her standing in front of the gate. That's where she was, and behind her were all the locks. That changes fucking everything. That changes everything. Let me just completely recant, like, part of my explanation. Right, Iris goes missing after the earthquake, and when we find her, sorry, I'm gonna do that again. I know it was only 2 lines. She's in front of the cave where we think Maya's being held. We brought her here to undo the locks, right? We brought her here to undo the locks, and earthquake strikes. And when we finally find her, she's in the cave, like right in front of the gate that's locked. Only now there are 4 more Cyclops blocking it. I completely forgot about that. Okay, starting over with that new understanding. Holy shit. That changes the tone of everything. February 9th, Inner Temple Training Hall.
Right. Is this what Gado was talking about?
Yeah. Trick locks.
Now then, Iris. Please remove these at once.
Mr. Edgeworth? I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me.
What?
During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. And I know that there was only 1 lock when I last came here. So you're saying that you can't undo the new locks? She doesn't need to be that smarmy for that. So you're saying that you can't undo the new locks? Yes.
If only I was stronger.
Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face.
Like you're one to talk with your face all green.
Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm perfectly... Ow!
There's no telling what sort of mistakes you could make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That's your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth.
Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You take care of things here.
My mic keeps flying away from my mouth.
Edgeworth. He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in the corner of the garden.
Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix, right? I'm going to stay here and see if I can't help solve these bothersome puzzles.
I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then, do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris?
No, not at all. So Franziska's gonna stay here and just start working on trying to free trying to free Maya. That's very sweet of her. I'm telling you, these two. She's got a lot of bark, but she's got a big heart.
Why did you make a run for it, Iris?
I'm sorry. I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried. I just had to come and see. In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that. I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was all right, But what? Then I saw these chains here. I saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door, and... Who in the world would do something like this? I mean, you're the one standing in front of it, but we have to trust our client. These trick locks are sacred treasures of the Kurain tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why only the person who set the lock can open it. And you aren't the one who set these locks?
I don't think it's that simple, Franziska von Karma. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them.
What does that mean?
It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. This means that Iris can only open one of these locks. The first one.
Yes, that's correct. What?
Iris, try to think, please. Isn't there any other way around this?
Well, like I said, there are 100 different ways to set these locks. I suppose if I went through every combination with each one, I could remove them. But it will take time, won't it? Yes. About a day, if I had to guess.
A whole day?
Well, what better than leaving the locks in place? Whoops, that's not what she said. Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us? Sure. I'll do whatever I can.
I've got to wait another day. Hang in there, Maya. You're gonna have to call on your inner strength now. You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I don't quite get. And what might that be, Phoenix Wright? Phoenix Wright. I love that. And he just called her Franziska von Karma. What a fucking marriage, these two. She headcanoned. And what might that be, Mister? Why do I say Mister? And what might that be, Phoenix Wright? I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris. Don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room. Microphone, come back down here. Stop it. Stop it. Fuck's sake, hang on. God damn it. Why is it doing this? I should not have oiled this. I should have just left it creaking. I need to like maybe compressed air it later to counteract how much I've like clearly fucked this thing's ability to have tension. Good Lord. Oh. Sorry for the pause. My mic won't stay in front of my face. It stays down there, so maybe I can angle it up from below. That might work. You told us that you were... Does that sound good? Does that sound okay? You told us that you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the time of the incident. But you were seen that same evening at the Inner Temple. And then, you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple too. Being spotted at both Hazakura Temple and the Inner Temple. It's as if you were... Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth. Come on, Iris. I knew it. There's something going on here that we don't know about. Can we do it? Let's see if we can do it. Take that! Maybe we can break through. The night of the crime. I think it's time you told us the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time? Do you still claim that to be the truth? Yes, that's where I was. Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe that you're telling me the truth. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me too, but I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. Bikini, right? Take that! I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. Sister Bikini? Her testimony in court today was very clear. That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the Inner Temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris? You were there at the Inner Temple on the night of the murder. That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. The acolyte's actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late. What time was that? Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the Inner Temple. So I would have left at about 9:40 p.m., I think. I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just doesn't suit you.
Huh?
Now, you say you left the main temple at 9:40 p.m., but what you say doesn't add up with this. Do we have a note about when the bridge burned down? 9:40 p.m., right? Snow 7 to 10:50, lightning 10 to 11. Lightning struck the bridge at 10:45. You say you left the main hall at 9:40 p.m., but what you say doesn't add up with this. Elise's autopsy report, 10 to 11. Okay, sure. Rang the lights out bell at 10. So she's contradicting her own testimony. Because who the fuck rang the lights out bell if she was on the island at 10 p.m.? The lights out bell is back at the temple. Take that! You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night.
Oh.
Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have.
Who's that?
Me.
Mr. Wright.
We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten.
No. That's right. I remember.
And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock. Oh God, we have no music. We have no music. What is about to happen? Gah! I'm like waiting for, I'm literally waiting for the fucking, Matt Engard reveal. This feels like the Matt Engard reveal. I don't want to know the end of this. I don't want to get to the end of this. Oh God, what is about to happen? The moment they cut the music out, I'm like panicking right now. Iris, and that leads me to one other puzzling fact. At 10 o'clock, on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the Inner Temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for the apparent impossibility. No way, dude. No way. No way. No way. We already know she looks exactly like Dahlia Hawthorne, serial killer, who is, in theory, in maximum security prison or dead right now. But she still looks just like her, and we've been giving her the benefit of the doubt for so long. Even this is giving her the benefit of the doubt. What is going on, dude? I mean, obviously, just picking one isn't the answer. It's this. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. On the night of the incident, you were in 2 different places at the same time. Which means there must have been 2 of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris.
But that's crazy. I mean, how could that be? There's only one of me. That's impossible. Impossible? Impossible. I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise. You're seriously trying to suggest that there's more than one of me? Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves that there's more than one of me. I think we might be fucked. What could I possibly do? No, there's nothing. What could I do? I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. We might be, like... Like, she's even missing her hood and everything. Like, it's her. I mean, this is her. She's missing the hood. She gave us the hood. It would be one thing if I could show her a picture of herself and be like, you know, here, you know, why are you wearing another hood or something like that? But like, blah, blah, blah. Like, is there a discrepancy here? That's all part of the hood. And she's missing the hood, so everything else looks fine. Is the bow on the wrong side? The bow's on the right side. Is the hair different? Is there more than 2 pearls on her necklace? Like, what? It's the same. Misty Faye's image, doesn't matter. Taken by her only pupil, Larice Donim, doesn't matter. Ring the lights out bell, taken that night. The hood has this thing, right? So that's part of it, right? So it's not like she gave us a hood with a different gem. You know, it's like the same fucking, yeah, it's the same fucking thing. So I think we gotta keep looking. We got pretty far. I was freaked out, but we can't finish it. All right, well, fuck, dude. Let's go. We gotta find something. Somewhere, somehow, there's gotta be an answer. I have one theory. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna sit on it. Well, do I? There is, you know what? I don't mind sharing a little bit. There is one person we haven't spoken to yet because she ran away almost immediately. We still haven't really talked to Pearl about what happened that night. So if there's any chance Pearl saw something, she might be our key to unraveling this. Because we still haven't heard anything from her. She was excited to see us. She got like a little confused and frustrated that Franziska was sort of flirting with us. And then she ran away. So we don't know. We still don't know what's going on with Pearl, where she was. February 9th, Inner Temple Gate. I'm finally getting to the bottom of this case. I can count on Iris to break those locks, so I should try to gather some more clues. From Sister Bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls. No one's here, right? February 9th, Inner Temple Garden. The cops are still combing the place. They look pretty nervous. I'd be nervous too if... Sorry, I don't know, there's no if there. I'd be nervous too. It's gotta be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. Mutter, how could I have done that? Wow, can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth? Hey! Don't you dare run away from me! What do you want, Wright? What do I want? If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Go on, laugh away! I was ready to hug it out with him. But he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. Hug it out. You went back to the Criminal Affairs Department, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris. Yes. And thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible. You guys are putting in a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh? There's a high chance this is the actual scene of the crime. That's why. You mean because of the writing in blood and the talisman in the snow? Exactly. As you know, those things couldn't have been planted here after the murder. But surely, you don't suspect Maya, do you? We have to treat everyone as a suspect. Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right? So, I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes, huh? No. Though, thankfully, my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath. 17 years ago, when we were little school kids at the same elementary school, Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. It all started with that big quake that hit the courthouse. Yes. I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. We were deprived of oxygen and we were passing out. That's when it happened. A single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day, all because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself. Sudden music cut. It's been more than 17 years now. And that case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right? You think I don't know that? I was there, but it was such a shock. I never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and end my life. I'm sorry, Wright. There's nothing else I can say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake. And not after you saved me. Edgeworth. You're stronger than you think. So no more of this self-pity, okay? You're coming for a smooch. Just one little smooch. There was something that was bothering me about her from the moment we met. I felt like I'd seen her somewhere before. No, wait. Not somewhere. I felt like I'd seen her in court before. So you went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look for her file? Yes. I checked over every case file I'd ever worked on. And I was right. I had seen her face before. 6 years before. 6 years ago.
Thanks for gifting a sub to Bunny Doppelganger. Faust, thank you, thank you, thank you.
6 years ago. It was my first appearance. It was my first appearance in court. And as cases go, it was my worst nightmare.
It was my worst nightmare? My worst nightmare? Worse than what? I think they mean worst nightmare. Sorry, I'm opening the Choco Rooms. Give me chocolate, goddammit. I think they meant worst. But hey, we got him. We got him on a typo. I call for an immediate acquittal.
It was my first appearance in court. And as cases go, it was my worst nightmare. So, who is she? Sorry, Right. I can't give that information away to a member of the general public. What? Why not? It might be a crucial piece of the puzzle that solves this case. The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hazakura Temple. And neither did the case. No, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder. Unrelated? Yes, I can say that with complete confidence. You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's totally related to this case. I need to fill Edgeworth in. I need to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew.
Thank you, Doppelganger. I will take that stretch now. But here's the thing. Ugh. How can I prove it to him? I don't have anything from Dahlia. Dahlia's not a person here either. So, huh?
Apparently Iris was taken in.
Okay, this is old. Interesting. That actually was new information, but it didn't unlock anything, but I'll still read it.
Apparently Iris was taken in by the sisters here at the temple when she was a child. However, we still don't know much about her past, so we're looking into it. That reminds me. Edgeworth said that they were...
I just skipped it, but I think it said...
Edgeworth said that he was down at the Criminal Affairs Department looking into a case. I should ask him about what he's found.
Yeah, we don't have anything like that yet. We try this. Nope. I don't think we can do it yet. All right. We move. Okay, so if we find something to prove, I'm gonna pop one of these in my mouth. If we find something that proves Dahlia is related to this case, then we show that to Edgeworth, and he gives us some other way. Like something that proves that they were both here somehow, and then we go back to Iris. That is a tall order, but I'm sure we can figure this out. February 9th, Dusky Bridge. Come on!
It's weird that there's no one...
Nope, that's Edgeworth.
It's weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. It sure gets quiet up here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Speaking of alone, I guess I should go check on the shack just down the path. Maybe I'll find Larry there sulking again.
February 9th, Heavenly Hall.
Oh, Oh, Mr. Nick.
There you are. What have you been doing out here, Pearls? Pearls! What are you doing here? That is literally what I just asked.
Nothing. What about Mystic Maya? Is she all right?
Well, we don't know yet.
Oh, I see.
Hey! What do you think you're doing here, Nick? What voice was that? I don't know. Let's roll with it. What do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry? This is the loser's shack, where losers get together and lose themselves. This is the what? Hey! We find comfort in each other's failures, okay? You got a problem with that?
Look, Mr. Nick. Mr. Larice did a picture of me.
That's, great, Pearls. We're going to gather firewood now. We'll be cooking some half-rotten potatoes over a miserable little campfire. So stay out of our way! I don't believe this. Why can't he try getting fired up over becoming a better man? No one believes a word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't want to trust this kind of guy, okay? He'll only let you down. I'm pointing at myself. I'm talking about this guy, but I'm pointing at myself because I'm this guy.
Mystic Maya.
Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture? I got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now, with Pearl. Two losers cooking potatoes together forever. What am I gonna do with him? All right then. What do you think about this picture, Pearls?
I think it's really well drawn. I can't draw at all, so I think it's a really amazing picture.
See? Someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look, just right, you know?
It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it. It's like a dream. A wonderful fantasy.
No. It wasn't a dream. She really flew. I'm telling you, Iris really flew that night.
But Mr. Larice.
Not you too. Please don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase. I beg of you. I guess this picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw. Okay, so I was half asleep when I was here that night. But I was wide awake. I was awake as fuck after the lightning struck. And I saw what I saw. It was exactly like I drew in the picture. And it looks like I don't have any choice but to take this sketch at face value. Hey, what's with that look on your face? Pearls? He was awake and lying down. Pearls?
Yes, Mr. Nick?
I've been meaning to ask you about the night of the murder. Where were you? And what exactly were you doing when it all happened?
I was just, well, I'm just a kid, you know?
I'm just a kid, you know?
I'm just a kid, you know? I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing, does it, Mr. Nick?
Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. On the night of the murder, You were supposed to be in Ms. Donim's room reading a book together. But Ms. Donim was murdered and you, Pearls, were at the inner temple. Just what exactly happened that night, Pearls? Why do I feel like we're about to get more Cyclox?
I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick.
God damn it! Oh my god!
I've been a bad girl.
Child behind bars. Thank you for the bits, Maya. What do you got for me? For those that don't know, if you want me to say anything, as long as it doesn't get the stream shut down, you can buy it for 200 bits. Maddie, welcome. Calaria, welcome. So I'm just going to munch some chocolate while I wait. I'm down with this. Let's do it. What do you got for me? So, we have not a Cyclock, but we have information we need to figure out how to coax out of Edgeworth that he doesn't want to share with us. And we have Cyclox with both Pearl and Iris now. Iris is down to the last step. So I think Iris is like deceptively easy. It's hard not to feel like Iris is going to be the final part of this investigation, though, don't you think? I kind of feel like unlocking Iris ends the investigation and gets us to the trial day. That's my theory. Maya, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me, Maya? Is there more of a rhythm after the first part, or is that just words? I don't know the rest of that. Okay, here we go. Explaining it to Pearls. Potatoes! Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Lovely big golden chips with a nice piece of fried fish. Even you couldn't say no to that, Pearls. Now if only we could find some fish. Oh man, I'm a failure as a witness and a failure as a fisherman. I have seen Lord. Oh God! My microphone just flew away again. Fuck. Why is it doing this to me? Why is it like this? Why did I do this to myself? What have I done? Oh, God damn it. I swear to God. Hold on. Why are you like this? After weeks of it creaking, I'm like, I'm going to do such an amazing kindness for my misfits. I'm going to oil it finally so that it's perfect and it just works. And now it has no fucking tension and I can't get it to stay put. 1 second. God damn it. All right. Come back to me. Fuck's sake. I gotta look up if there's a way to like anti WD-40. Dun 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 dun. Maybe I All right. Of course. All right, let's jump back in. Sorry.
I've been a bad girl. That's why I'm being punished.
That's why I'm being... What are you talking about, Pearls?
My spiritual power. It's disappeared.
What? Her powers have disappeared. What do you mean your powers have disappeared, Pearls?
It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint.
Hey! What are you looking at me for? Pearls. Did you try to channel someone's spirit right here at Hazakura Temple? Tried but failed, perhaps? Oh, way to go, Nick! You made her cry! That was really cruel of you. Just as I thought. I'm gonna have to break her psych locks to get the truth out of her. Okay, before we do this, I've been striking out completely on all these psych locks, so let's just keep exploring for now. I have no reason to believe that I'm going to get this on the first try. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, main gate. I wonder if Sister Bikini's back at the main hall yet. I haven't seen Gumshoe around for a while either. Maybe they're having a cup of tea together somewhere? I bet Gumshoe is Sister Bikini's type. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, main hall. You doing good there, Sister Bikini? Well, Wait, what voice is that? That was like her mixed with Larry. Well, what's the damage? How is the sacred cavern? It looks like it survived. But we have a bigger problem now. I told Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 locks that were stopping us from getting inside the sacred cavern. Well, but who? Who could have done that? The only people who know how to set those locks are those of the Kurain tradition. We have Iris at the sacred cavern trying her best to open them for us right now. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk with you about, Sister Bikini. Oh, yes, well, we were in the middle of a chat, weren't we? Yes. You were telling me about how the Master of Kurain disappeared 17 years ago? I want to know why Misty Faye suddenly appeared at this temple. It was about a week ago, when Mystic Elise... No, I mean Mystic Misty arrived. After she showed me the talisman that proved she was the master, she said, "Someone is trying to destroy the Kurain tradition's main family line. I'm here to put a stop to them." Someone was trying to destroy the main family line? There's only one heir to the title of master at any time, and it's usually the eldest. That child becomes the new master of Kurain, and her daughters the main family. All the other mediums become branch family members with no hope of controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch families always have and always will plot to erase those of the main family line. power of the Master worth this much bloodshed? What the fuck? Really? Is it that important? Oh, we're all one family. Most of us try to murder whoever's in charge, but I mean, we're all one big happy family, I promise. Unreal. Oh yeah, it's just normal. No, that is true, actually, Von Ziel. The second case of the second game was the one with those two twins, the sisters, the nurse. And that was the one where Maya was accused of murder because her aunt... Oh God, what is her name? That incredibly dominant and menacing matriarchal character. Pearl's mother, actually, tried to... The one where Maya was accused of murder. You're gonna have to be more specific than that. Fair. Tried to get Maya framed for murder so she could take over the family because Pearl is a prodigy and is incredibly powerful as a medium. So Pearl would be an adequate fit for Master of the Kurain if Maya were out of the picture. You believe in the technic, don't you, Nick? Nick? You believe in the technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know its power is real. Yes, I do. It's been 2 years since I first met Maya. In that time, I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. During the mask-to-mask case, and during Maggie Bird's trial, too. Thanks to Maya, Mia's always on hand to help me out when I need her the most. The Kurain technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know. I mean, the ability to commune with the dead, that's true psychic power, you know. Members of the tradition have always been there behind every important leader. Who wouldn't respect such a tremendous skill? I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, I kind of expected you'd be really rich by now. Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? You're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe in it anymore, you see. All because of that one little mistake. A mistake? What mistake? It was 17 years ago. That's when everything came crashing down. Thanks, guys. All because of that incident. That incident. Is she talking about what I think she is? I'm sure the records still exist if you're interested. Locked up, of course. It was called the DL6 incident. That's the name of the file. The DL6 incident. I knew it. It's back again, just when you thought you were safe. The DL6 incident. I know it well. I handled a related case just 2 years ago. Oh, that's right. So it was you who was the defense attorney on that case. A murder that took place 17 years ago. It was the first time in the country's history the police ever used a spirit medium. The idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murderer. And the medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother. Through Mystic Misty's channeling, the name of a certain man surfaced. Armed with that as evidence, the investigators were spurred into action. But that man, he was found not guilty, wasn't he? That's right, he was. And the case remained a mystery. In other words, we failed. It was the first case the world had ever seen the Kurain tradition openly. It was the first case the world had ever seen the Kurain tradition openly involved in. It was all over the media, the public, the judiciary, the people of Kurain Village. Everyone judged her. Everyone said Mystic Misty's powers were a sham. And then she just disappeared. Vanished. While everyone still thought of her as a fraud. But I know the truth. Misty Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham at all. Of course it wasn't. And since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. The Kurain tradition is starting to recover at last. But with a new master wielding the power of the clan. Does she mean Maya? But not yet. Maya's not master yet, because officially, Misty was still just missing, but now she's dead. By the way, come back here, microphone. Fuck you. Stay down here, you miserable piece of shit. No, stop. So, here's the thing. This is fucking tragic. This is actually horrible. That we've gone 3 games. Maya's barely known her mother. She's only exists in the pages of a history book and like court cases and an urn at the Kurain village. Maya shares like 3 words with her, thinking she's just some storybook author. And then goes off to train, and her mother's killed. Now Maya's mom is dead. In 17 years, she said like 4 words to her and didn't even know it was her own mom. How fucked up is that? That's kind of cruel on the parts of the writers, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure they wanted to just tie up loose ends, but that's like kind of awful. That they decided to take her story in that direction. Anyway. The spiritual power of the Kurain channeling technique is in the blood. Maya's told me that exact same thing before. The women of the Fae clan have always been spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us. According to Maya, only the women in the family can inherit the power. The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Ami. But with each new generation, only one daughter becomes the new master. And the ones who don't become branch families, right? That's right. And it's always the cause of tragedy. It's always the cause of tragedy. Huh. You know, Maya had a sister too. An older sister named Mia. Oh yes, I've heard of her. What? You know about Mia? Of course. She became a lawyer in hopes of discovering what happened to her mother. And lost her life as a result. Do you know what Mystic Mia is rumored to have said? She said it wasn't only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over leadership of the tradition. Really? Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Mia got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mom and her aunt.
right. Misty Fey had an elder sister, too. And Misty, having superior powers, managed to usurp the Master's seat from her. Mystic Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know. Morgan. There's a name I know well. It was a year ago now at Maya's home, Currane Village. What she did was terrible. It was all so she could make her own daughter the next master. I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter, then you must have already realized that Iris... Huh? Iris? What does Iris have to do with any of this? That Iris is Mystic Morgan's daughter.
No way! God fucking damn it. So Maya and Iris are cousins. And Iris and Pearl are sisters. Wait, how does Pearl not know? Was she given away at birth? Like, how did she not recognize her? Zaus, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Plot Twist. That's hilarious. That Iris is Mystic Morgan's daughter. By the way, isn't it cool?
So stupid.
I kind of love, by the way, that... Oh, cool, I just wiped my mouth with the tissue that had WD-40 on it. That tastes delicious. Wow. I love... Can I just say, I did not do this on purpose. I ended last time based on time. But I'm so happy that we started tonight with this investigation day. We've had flashbacks to Edgeworth's history, to the DL6 history, we've brought back in the Currane tradition and Morgan and the branch families, and we're having the reveals. I am so happy we saved this for today. This feels like the ultimate setup. This feels like the ultimate setup for going into the final trial of the trilogy, doesn't it? I don't know, because I didn't throw it out after I wiped down my mic arm. Slicked up voice actress supports WD-40 better than chapstick. That Iris is Mystic Morgan's daughter. Can I tell you something real quick? Delinquent Melly. So, as a kid, I think I've told you this on this. As a kid, you guys know how, compressed air for computers has, it shoots out, it's cold. If you turn it upside down, it shoots frosty air. But it's just a silly little thing where as long as you're careful with it, you can kind of blast people with it and blow their hair back. And as long as it's not upside down, it's innocuous. It's no big deal. Some of them have a bitterant, some of them smell nasty, but it's just air. I was over at a friend's house one night. It's actually honestly good that it wasn't the frozen stuff because that could have fucked them up. I was over at a friend's house one night and I wanted to prank him. So I grabbed the compressed air and I blasted him in the face with it. But it wasn't compressed air. It was WD-40. He screamed, we both panicked, and we had to spend the next 30 minutes getting the grease off his face. He's fine, but it was the biggest, I've literally never done anything like that again. It was accidental self-trauma, because I genuinely thought I was just blasting him with air. He probably didn't need to blink for hours. Oh yeah, I'm great. I'm perfect. I'm fully lubed up. Anyway. That Iris, sorry to ruin the twist. I'm sorry. I just completely, we had a big twist and I immediately ruined it with jokes. You didn't, of course you know that Iris is Mystic Morgan's daughter. What? Iris is what? Is she kidding me? Iris is Morgan Fay's daughter? Did you just say that Iris is Morgan Fay's daughter? Oops, I thought you already knew. It sounded like you'd met one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already. I have. I know her very well. Oh. Yes, Pearls. Pearl Fay. But I always thought that she was an only child. Huh. That child, she's Mystic Morgan's. I had no idea. Oh, Mystic Morgan. But she's in prison now, isn't she? Yes. Ever since she was found to be a co-conspirator in a murder case last year. It was all done to set Pearls up to be the next master. I see. So I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morgan had 3 daughters, not 2. Yeah. You don't say. Wait, what? With 3? Yes. Iris, her twin sister, and Mystic Pearl. What? Wait, twin sister? Oh, didn't you know? It all happened 20 years ago. After the clan leadership was taken from her by her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled. It wasn't many years later that Corain's reputation hit an all-time low. When Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master, he left her and the village, taking their twin daughters with him. How awful. He was a jeweler, you know. In the end, he remarried, and that's when it happened. He was a jeweler. He was a jeweler. He was a jeweler. He was a jeweler. I mean, we all saw this coming, but fuck's sake. He decided to give one of his girls up, to be looked after by us here at the temple. That was Iris, you see. It's unbelievable. If Iris has a twin sister, could you tell me one more thing, Sister Bikini? What was the name of Iris's sister? I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. All I can recall is that her father was a jeweler. Well, that's a clue, I guess. Huh. A jeweler. Thank you very much. You've helped clear up a lot of details. Pearls had 2 older sisters, huh? Yes, that's right. No doubt it was all because of Mystic Morgan's anger towards the main family. Anger? What do you mean? Her twin daughters were taken from her by her jeweler husband. But even that couldn't destroy her dream of a child, that a child of hers would one day lead the clan. That's why she had pearls. It seems that the incident here was a result of Mystic Morgan's anger. What does that mean? It was able to break free from the bars that confine... It was able to break free of the bars that confine her. Mystic Morgan's anger was able to break free of the bars that confined her. That right there is bars, but I don't know what the fuck it means. So Iris has a twin sister. The plot thickens. This information will be useless unless I can flesh it out a bit. I need to ask more questions and get some more info. All right, let's go back out. So I assume we have someone now, right? Yes, we do. Morgan Faye's daughter and Iris's twin sister. And we have Morgan Faye. Is in solitary confinement. I would like to remind the court of something. I just thought of this. Do you guys remember a little Marvel-style post-credit scene at the end of that second trial of the second game? At the end of that trial, at the end of that chapter, there's a post-credit scene of Morgan Faye in prison writing some kind of note swearing that she will yet have her revenge on Misty Faye. That fucking happened at the end of that trial, and we've never, ever returned to it until now. A whole ass game ago. These games are good, holy shit. Yes, they are. Oh my God, Maya, I'm so happy to hear you say that. I fucking adore this game. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, Courtyard. It's gotta be Gumshoe, right? Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is that they're humming? Dum da dum da da. No motive. That's not his voice. No motive, no crime, no... Wait a minute. Oh my God! No motive, no crime. No motive, no crime. Sing it with me. No motive, no crime. Bum, 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 bum. No motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in the channel and room in Karain. Oh, I love my job. Who cares if the clues I find are no good, huh? It's not what investigating's all about. The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion. Good cases we have, and good cases we lost along the way. I guarantee this shit was not in the Japanese, and whoever adapted this is a mad fucking scientist. I would have never guessed that Gumshoe is into reggae. Every case gonna be airtight. Every case gonna be airtight. Oh, hey, pal. Huh? How long have you been there? I just got here. Oh. Okay. So what are you up to, detective? I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Edgeworth. I promised I'd find the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon? I can't fucking believe that just happened in this game. That barbed sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. Looked like a letter or something.
It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though. A letter? I mean, maybe it was Marley. Maybe it was. It's just so hard to believe that they would attempt to, like, localize Bob Marley and then parody a localization of Bob Marley. I would love to know what was in the original Japanese. So how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe? I don't know if I should be telling you this, pal, but I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place in the Inner Temple Garden. And they're taking that bloody writing on the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ. Okay, so the downside of the Chaka rooms, sorry, I keep interrupting the story, is that they make me start salivating for some reason. I don't know what it is about them, but they make me start uncontrollably salivating, and I don't know why. Is that normal? Are chocolate crackers supposed to do that for you? Or is that just a me problem? Pat loves chocolate crackers. I'm like, this is a completely unreasonable amount of salivation. What the fuck? And they're taking that bloody writing on the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ. What? You mean... I don't have the details, pal. All I know is, if you don't find Maya down in that sacred cavern, we're gonna be faced with one ugly situation. What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here? You got me, I don't know. They're not my words, pal. Well, then who said it? Mr. Gatto. Gatto? What did he mean by that? About the letter you found. Don't remind me, pal. Busting a gut here trying to find a murder weapon. And all I find is some burnt up old letter. Burnt up old letter? Yeah. It was in that incinerator right outside the Inner Temple. It was in the incinerator! Okay, so my theory had been that the murder took place around that pillar. And that clearly, for some reason, it was shoveled and clean. And I assumed that the reason we didn't find anything in the incinerator was because whoever did it probably shoveled the bloody snow into the incinerator and burnt it, so there would be no evidence. But apparently there was a letter? I was wrong. Hey, Nordranok, welcome, Raiders. Yeah, it was in the incinerator right outside the Inner Temple. The incinerator? I knew it! I knew I wasn't imagining it! There was snow on that incinerator when I first saw it. But after the incident, the snow had melted away. Which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder. What's up with you, pal? I got it right here if you want to take a look. Can I? Do you mind? Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relation to the case. Spirit mediums? Found by Gumshoe at the Inner Temple Incinerator. It's gotta be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. I better give it a good looking over and some serious thought. And make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done, huh? Littering's a crime, pal. Be careful. Once night falls, should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is
She is our ally. She is our ally. Here's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this, burn thee. Also make. Not sure. Tell anyone about this letter. Bravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. So what do you know about the real murder weapon so far? Well, it wasn't the Shijishito that was found impaled in the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today. Yeah, that's true. In which case, it must have been another blade. And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now, huh? Yeah, and man, is it tiring work, but hey, let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We got the feather of forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this. Secret weapon? Please be the dog. Please bring the dog back. Please bring the dog back. It's gonna be the fucking metal detector. What's this secret weapon of yours? You wanna know? You gotta think scientifically, okay? Well, all right. The murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? Any questions so far? No. I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart. So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A metal detector! Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away. Well, you wanna give scientific investigation a go? Me? I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try? I don't know. Should I help Detective Gumshoe out or not? Come on, pal, it's good fun, I'm telling you. All right then. I guess I'll give it a go. Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget, the absolute best. It's so sensitive, you could make it cry. I mean, it's so high tech, you could skydive off of it. Oh, bother. So now I'm gonna tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right? Sure. That's what you were trying to find out. Right, so first, let's turn the detector on. Oh, that's kinda cool. That's the sound the metal detector makes, right, when you use it? It's gonna beep like that. Now, next, move the detector. Wait, what the fuck? Stop! Don't worry, this baby will. Wait, fuck you! And when that happens, press it. What the shit? This thing picks up No, I did not. I did not, in fact, get it. What the fuck was that shit? Alright, no logs in this game, but we do have a VOD. Let's go back a sec. Jesus. Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget. It's the best. It's so sensitive, you could make it cry. It's so high tech, you could skydive off of it. Oh, bother. So now I'm gonna tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right? Sure, that's what we're trying to find out. I'm not gonna bring it up on screen. Right, so first, let's turn the detector on. That's the sound that the metal detector signal bouncing off something metallic. Next, move the detector around and give this courtyard a good look-see, pal. Don't worry, this baby will let you know when you've hit something metallic. And when that happens, press enter to give the area a good hard stare. This thing picks up metallic objects that are hidden from sight, too. Take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal? And we're back. We made it. All right. That Shichishito next to the golden statue wasn't the real murder weapon, pal. Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd check it again anyway. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Do you know about that sword? It's supposed to represent the multiple branches that life can take, all ending as one. Yeah, I heard something about that. You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life I'd be leading if I hadn't joined the homicide division. You think about that stuff, detective? Of course I do. I think about it a lot. I mean, me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as a blue badger. Me as the blue badger. There's something to be said about the humor value of Gumshoe as the blue... Oh, that's Phoenix. There's something to be said about the humor value of Gumshoe as the blue badger. Cool. So... What is that? What is this? A pen? Hey, I've been looking all over for that, pal. It's yours? Yeah, my old man gave it to me when I qualified as a detective. He told me it'd be good for sticking in suspects' faces. That makes you detectives sound really nasty. It's my dream to stick it in your face one day, right? Then don't go losing it. What is that hole? I have wondered about this hole the entire fucking time, and it's never been something that we've been able to look at. This looks like a wallet. Oh, hey, that's where that's been. Is it yours, detective? I'm always dropping it, so I put a bell on it. But you still dropped it anyway. Yeah, but now I found it again, pal. Your wallet is completely empty. Well, I drop it all the time, so I don't put money in it anymore. Huh. Then how come the metal detector picked it up? It must have been because of the bell, I guess. Yeah, it's just a pair of skis. Nothing useful for our case here. I'm actually pretty good on skis, you know, pal. I just love to fly down the slopes with my coat fluttering in the wind. Really? I had no idea. How good are you then? Well, I'm better on skis than I am on skates, but not as good as when I'm on a snowboard. That is a pretty detailed answer. Oh, but you know what I'm best at? Making mashed potatoes and gravy. Huh. The guy's losing it. Must be the altitude. We better get him to the we better get back to the investigation. Hey, look, a ladder. That's a step ladder. What's the difference? Looks like a normal ladder to me, pal. Surely everyone knows the difference. I mean, they're pretty ordinary objects. We have been making this joke for like 8 fucking games. We have an ad starting. Thank you so much. You know what? Before we continue the search, I am going to let this ad play and I'm going to snack a little bit and we will wait it out. Thank you, Bunny. Thank you so much for letting me know. Oh my God. Microphone, I swear to God. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna spend this time, fuck you, wiping down a little bit more of this, just a little bit more of this microphone arm. And eating more of these cookies that make me salivate. All right, muting microphone for a second to hit it with some compressed air. I don't know. I'm gonna have to like put like a re-thickening agent in there because it's not working anymore. I didn't even know this was a problem. I didn't even know you could do this. Like make a boom arm lose its grip by oiling it. Unbelievable. Girl name, thank you. Fuck you, microphone. Come back to me. No, stay. No, stay. No, stay. It literally doesn't stay down anymore. What is going on? Fuck. Oh man, and yeah, I tried tightening it, and it doesn't tighten anymore. It's unbelievable. I cannot believe. Why do you want my cat's name to be Microphone? Keep moving up. You have to extend the tension cable with an extra piece. It requires taking it apart. No, thank you. There's a tension adjustment screw. Not on mine, I don't think. I can check though. There is an actual tension adjustment screw somewhere. I'll find it. And god damn it, I'll fix it. Anyway. Welcome back, everybody. Let's keep my microphone. Keep my microphone. Keep my microphone down. Please stay. God damn it. This is such a meme. And we shall continue now. Surely everyone knows the difference. I mean, they're pretty ordinary objects. I met plenty of guys like you, always picking on the smallest details. The vegetable store guy near my place does it all the time. He even corrects me when I ask for a head of lettuce. That's cabbage, he says. I'm telling you, they're exactly the same thing. No, they're not. They're completely different. You have to plant both of them firmly in the ground before they can grow, don't you? Listen, you gotta take a step back and look at the bigger picture sometime. Otherwise, you could miss a really important clue. That's advice from a pro, pal. The last person I need advice from is this guy in front of me. I just got an achievement for get every ladder versus step ladder joke in the trilogy. Be honest with you, what is this? Looks like there's something round buried in the ground here. Hey, don't touch that, pal! What is it? It's a trap! People set them out to catch us detectives. They're really nasty. A trap for detectives? You mean like those fierce traps with sharp teeth that you're supposed to snag your leg? Yeah, those! I got my finger caught in one of those once. Your finger? There was this little bit of cheese, and it looked so tasty. I reached out and then bam! I'm not sure I know how to respond to a story as stupidly pitiful as that. This is Ms. Donim's staff, isn't it? Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood. But the detector's reacting to it. Yeah, but however you look at it, that thing's made of wood, all right? I don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic. Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it? It is weird that this thing is causing a racket. Here, let me take a look at it. Hey, hands off! Examining evidence is a job for the... Oh shit, the top is coming off! Oh, look what you've done! You've damaged a really important piece of evidence! Ah! That's a... sword. Inside of the staff. Is this... Could this be... the murder weapon? That does not look like a comfortable sword to swing. Never have guessed there'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff. They call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. I mean, the workmanship is really something else. Oh, thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot. I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. If the real scene of the crime was at the Inner Temple Garden, then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey, Gumshoe, who knows about the hidden sword? No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now. As they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. It doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it. Huh. Then I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh? Wait, no. I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder. Huh. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, this thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal. It's about the same length as the Shichishito, too. I mean, this must be the murder weapon. Okay, I'm gonna run over to forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it has been wiped off. See you later, pal. Every case gonna be airtight. Every case gonna be airtight. Wait up, detective! Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know? You're gonna get that staff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a while? Huh? What are you talking about, pal? Oh, please. Just until we find Maya. Maya? What's this got to do with her? I don't know. I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. Oh, how so? Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now, and, well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel. You don't think Maya's been murdered? Please, detective, just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern. You're looking kind of viridian there. Okay, just stop with that face, pal. One thing though, this staff's secret trick, let's keep it between you and me, all right? If it gets out that we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished. I understand. This is just a regular, run-of-the-mill staff. You got it? Okay, now you take good care of it, pal. Thank you, detective. Don't worry.
She'll be fine. Gumshoe? You know, there's a place at the base of the mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal? Sure. Thanks. Has a sword hidden inside. No one knows about it except me and Detective Gumshoe. I feel like that's gonna come up, don't you? Like, that's gotta come up. The fact that only the two of us know about it. I can't help but wonder, though. What was Elise Donim doing with a staff like this in the first place? Can I present any of this? How about this, Detective Gumshoe? Any thoughts? I don't know this. Anything else? Can I present the cane? Still can't believe it, pal. I'd have never guessed there was a sword in that thing. Sure, there isn't any blood left on it, but there's a good chance this is the murder weapon, pal. But this is Ms. Donim's staff, right? That would mean she was killed with her own weapon. Huh. I guess so. And there's something else that's bothering me, too. Oh, what's that, pal? Ms. Donim was an author and an illustrator, right? So what was she doing carrying a sword around with her? That's a good question. And there's gotta be a good answer to it, I guess. Good luck finding it, pal. I'm beginning to see why he receives the salary he does. All right. Gotta go back. All right, so next on the list is Edgeworth. I'm suspecting it'll actually, so I might have been wrong. It might be Edgeworth and then Iris and then finally Pearl. Hey, Edgeworth. Did you know that Iris had a twin sister? What? A twin? You can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me. But the problem is she didn't know the name of this twin. There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple, right, when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think. A jeweler? Right, I just might know who this twin sister of hers is. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. Here we go. Fuck. Dahlia is possibly the most evil character in this entire fucking game. Definitely in the running for most evil character in the whole fucking series. It was my first court case, 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Falls, right? You know about that case. You're not the only person who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago.
Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 10 years ago. 11 years ago. I literally read the wrong number that was right on the screen in front of me.
Hey, Edwin. Hey, Opal.
They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that,
I'm gonna save real quick just because that was a long load time, and I realized if the game ever crashed, I'd be so sad.
and 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking.
So wait a minute. Are they stepsisters then, maybe? Like Pearl and Iris and Dahlia. So my understanding, and this is a little bit of guesswork on my part, but the way that they've explained it, it seems like Morgan and her husband had Iris and Dahlia. And then Morgan maybe had Pearl separately with someone else. And her husband maybe had Valerie separately with someone else.
She murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife.
Oh.
This is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. What? Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak.
What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead? Edgeworth?
Right. I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey.
Mia Fey! Mia Fey!
At that time, Dahlia... It's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been almost 5 years since the guilty verdict was handed down. And her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed. Last month.
Executed?
I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? For more reasons than one. But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead. And once someone is dead, there's no way to revive them. There's no way to revive the dead. I wonder. It seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What does their mother have to do with any of this? She's Morgan Fey. A spirit medium from the branch family of the Kurain channeling technique. Did you say Kurain channeling technique? Do you know something about it? Oh, yes. It's connected with the fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent? I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped. And that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of the channeling school. But do you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent. Edgeworth. Go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. Of course. How could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then you'll see that the Kurain channeling technique is real. So now we know. Dahlia Hawthorne, that bitch, she's fucking back. Morgan Fay's daughter and Iris's twin sister. She was executed last month. I love that it's the same fucking picture. They do their hair the same fucking way and everything. All right. I think we can go to Iris now. Do you guys want me to do this again? This was a really, really interesting conversation, so I kind of want to do it again. I'm going to do it again. Take that! Actually, wait. Was the last question... Do you guys remember? Was the last question asking for proof that there are two of her? Or was it asking for something else? Like, was it asking for proof? I wonder if this is enough for her then. Let's try it. I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in the room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth? Yes, that's where I was. Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe that you're telling me the truth. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me too. But I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. Take that! I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. Sister Bikini. Her testimony in court today was very clear. That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple. But, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up. Violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke to you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris? You were there at the Inner Temple on the night of the murder.
That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. The Acolyte's actual training was to start at 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early, so I wouldn't be late.
What time was that?
Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the Inner Temple. So I would have left at about 9:40 p.m., I think.
I'm sorry, Iris, but lying doesn't suit you.
Huh?
Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40 p.m., but what you say doesn't add up with this. Take that! You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night.
Oh,
Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have.
who is that?
Me.
Mr. Wright.
We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten.
No, that's right. I remember.
And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in two different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've managed to prove two things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the Inner Temple. And second, at the exact same time you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. On the night of the incident, you were seen in two different places at the same time. Which means there must have been two of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris.
That's crazy. And how could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible.
Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise.
You're seriously trying to suggest that there's more than one of me? Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves that there's more than one of me.
Please work, please work, please work, please work, please work. Take that!
Yes!
I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps. That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I only know too well.
I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer.
Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
Thank you.
There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? This second you was here at the temple on the night of the murder. It was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne.
But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister is dead. Have you forgotten that?
Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground of the Kurain channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit. And you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me. Yes. But what does it mean?
What does it mean? I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at the inner temple, I knew it was my sister, Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month.
Just as I suspected. The iris that Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple on the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before?
Because my sister always does the right thing.
Excuse me?
And because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. And I can't do it again.
You betrayed her? What do you mean?
That's why I have to accept that I may be found guilty. It's the only way.
What is she talking about?
You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago? That was the start of it all. And it's what started her down that twisted path. She started to commit a crime. She started to commit crime after crime. And in the end, she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her.
How did you betray her, Iris?
It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing.
What?
But I got scared, so I ran away.
What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father? That's awful.
But I promised. I promised I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money.
Huh?
It was revenge on our father.
Revenge? What do you mean by revenge?
He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and then sent her to hell.
I'm trying so hard not to make my voice crack during this.
He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and then sent her to hell.
Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay.
Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The The Main family had a lot of influence in the many businesses and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place. For power. But his plan, that's her. But his plan backfired. Because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as master of the Karain. That would be Misty Faye, Maya's mother. But before long, the credibility of the Karain tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Misty Faye, made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident.
God, girl is fucking studied up. What the fuck? She knows everything.
After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick dive, and that he had no reason to stay there.
And that's when you came here to Hazakura Temple?
Yes. The woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see.
Oh.
And I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the master's seat stolen from her, being rejected by her own family. I've heard she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally.
I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together.
I've asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it goes back to the history of the Fae clan.
That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the incident in which your sister Dahlia Hawthorne poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student. Have you heard anything about him?
Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts.
I see. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
Hurry up, Phoenix Wright. There's still much to investigate.
Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you. I promise.
Thank you. Suppose I'd better get back to my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearl's Cyclock.
Oh, god damn. All right, so... So she planned the crime with her sister. I mean, you have to imagine her sister is the one in control, because her sister is like this incredibly dominant personality. As a way of getting revenge on their father for taking them away from their mother and the Fae clan, and for introducing a whole new family into their life that they didn't feel welcome in. But at the last minute, she got cold feet and she didn't show up. And she sees that as betraying her sister. And therefore, you could make the argument that she made the argument that she feels she owed it to her sister to let Dahlia do whatever she wanted once she found out Dahlia had been channeled by somebody. I'm not gonna lie. That's still sus as hell. Like, the fact that she, like, I get feeling indebted to your sister. Because, like, you have to imagine in that sort of, like, I'm gonna go into, like, Arcane right now, in that sort of, like, Vi Powder situation, that if Dahlia was the dominant personality, which meant that Dahlia was probably the one protecting the two of them, theoretically, at least until she turned into a freaking serial killer, that she would feel some amount of debt to her sister. But, like, I don't know. When you know it's on the books that your sister fucking murdered people, even if you think that what started it was you bailing on her for, admittedly, a crime, that if you find out your dead executed serial killer sister has been raised from the dead through channeling, that you still feel indebted enough to her that you just stay out of it? Like, I'm not trying to say that Iris is guilty, but, like, it feels like we still don't have all the information, right? Doesn't it feel like we're missing something? Anyway, I will leave it at that. Let's go see if we can go find Pearl, shall we? Maybe once we unlock information from Pearl. I mean, presumably, what do we know about Pearl? We know that Pearl tried to channel someone and couldn't. We know that theoretically Dahlia Hawthorne was channeled. By who, we don't know. And we know that Iris let it happen. As far as we know, Iris let it happen. All right, we are going to continue investigation, but we're at 16 minutes on the timer, so I'm going to take a 3-minute break, and I will see you all back here in just a couple of minutes, okay? Stretch your legs, go hit the restroom if you need to, refill your water, take your meds, whatever you got to do. I will be right back, and we'll keep going. Man, we're going to have a long night tonight. I have a tournament in the morning, so I've got like I'm trying to hard cap my out time on this, so I'm going to be really interested to see when we get to trial. I'll see you in a few minutes, all right? This is such a long freaking case. I love it. It's so good, but it's so like, there's just so many layers, you know? There's so many layers.
right, shall we? This fucking mic stand, I swear to God. Out my window, there's like 8 ambulances or something at the end of the street. I wonder what's going on. I hope everything's okay. I hope they're okay. So the only thing we have left right now is Pearl. And whether or not we can get the truth unlocked with Pearl. Here we go. I'm gonna hit the garden real quick just so that no stone is left unturned. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's updating. That probably means we're gonna get it. February 9th, Heavenly Hall. Look at that. They really did make a fire right in the front of the shack. Oh, Mr. Nick. You're too late, Nick. If you came here for one of our potatoes, we've already polished them all off. I think I've pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding. All right, let's see. We've never tried this. So this is our first time in here. The night of the crime. After dinner, on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Donim's room reading a book together, correct?
Yes! I was so happy when she invited me.
But
I didn't go in the end.
you didn't go?
Mm-mm. No. There was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried. I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
So Pearls never went to Ms. Donim's room. Because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls? On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? I mean, one would assume the inner temple, because that's where she ended up, right? Take that! You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? So then the next question was, who or what were you so worried about? Now, I'm going to take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Okay.
You went to this place for one simple reason, and that's this. Could it be? Could this have been written to little Pearl? It has to be. It has to be. You know why? You know why? Because Iris doesn't need a picture of her twin sister. But little Pearls might need to know what her big sister looks like. I know you can do it. Also, the words of encouragement, I know you can do it. Like, this is written
The first part is a little serious, but the second part, this is written to a kid. I know you can do it. Don't tell anyone about this letter. The last part's really fucking intense. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. Like, why are you telling an 8-year-old that? Oh, Pearly. You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that's this. Take that! Well, Pearls, is this what you were worrying about? This is what you were worrying about, right? Oh, am I wrong?
There's something I'm worrying about right now, actually.
What's that?
You, Mr. Nick. Your face has turned a really strange color.
Huh?
You shouldn't work so hard, you know. You need to take a break once in a while.
Being chided by a 9-year-old, how embarrassing. Huh. But there's really only one thing Pearls could have been worried about that night. Midnight Falls should be there. As soon as you hear the lights up, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Would it not have been there? Well, no, because we found her. She was on the other side. So do I channel the person instead? Oh, or maybe her mother? I see. The game's giving me a hint. Thanks, but no thanks, game. I don't need that. She must have been worried about her. There's no one else it could be.
I'll go get some sheets to make up a bed for you.
No, it's okay. I'll die of pneumonia if I nap in a drafty little shack like this. I guess I'm gonna have to think this one through. One more time from the beginning. So Pearls never went to Ms. Donim's room because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls? On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? It's gotta be, right? Take that! You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? Then the next question is, who or what were you so worried about? Now I'm gonna take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Okay.
You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that's this. Take that! Well, Pearls, this is what you were worrying about, right? Wait, what?! Okay, I'm gonna back out and save real quick. What is going on right now? Okay. Well, okay. Did she have to go to the island? Be careful, once night falls, should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out, you must channel her spirit. It doesn't say to go somewhere. As soon as you hear the lights out, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. So maybe she stayed put. Right? Maybe she stayed put in the temple, but still because of Mom. Now that I've saved, we can afford to fuck it up, so let's see. I'm gonna go straight to that part. I assumed she would have gone there to, you know, fucking murder Maya or something, right? Because that's what Morgan wanted to do last time, so I assumed she'd go over there and murder Maya. But maybe she did say, like, leave everything to her, she'll know what to do. And obviously Morgan isn't counting on there being a storm and lightning and the bridge burning down, so maybe she didn't need her to go to the inner temple first, right? She could have stayed right where she was, channeled Dahlia, and then Dahlia would just go across the bridge if
the bridge hadn't burned down, which, like, who would think it would, right? So maybe that's what happened? Let's see. On the night of the murder, you went here, didn't you? Take that! You went here, didn't you, Pearls? You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that's this. Take that! Well, Pearls, this is what you were worrying about, right? What the fuck? Am I losing my mind right now? I'm gonna try one more time, and I'm gonna try the letter. Because the only reason I went back to Morgan is because it said she's worried about her, like that was a hint. But maybe it's the letter. Maybe it's the letter. You went here, Pearls, didn't you? For one very simple reason, and that's this. Well, Pearls, this is what you were worrying about, right? What? Oh, okay, we're gonna back out. I'm losing my mind right now. How the fuck? What the fuck? All right, hang on a second. Okay, let's rethink fucking everything, I guess. I mean, okay, look, the letter was found by the temple, right? So it has to have been the temple. Because if the letter was sent to Pearls,
Melisande comfy, Melisande comfy, Melisande comfy, Melisande comfy, Melisande comfy, Melisande comfy, Melisande comfy.
Thank you for the 5 months. And hello, Amelia. It's good to see you. And Lilith, welcome. I mean, like, we could say Dahlia Hawthorne, but she wouldn't be afraid of Dahlia Hawthorne. She doesn't know who Dahlia Hawthorne is, right? So, like, that's a possibility. It's just an unlikely possibility. My thought was, like, of course it would be the Inner Temple. Do they want me to click on the words Inner Temple? And presumably because of the letter, because of Morgan. I could try Dahlia. That doesn't make sense. Like, Dahlia wouldn't have her worried. She's never met Dahlia, as far as I know. No, we don't, which is why originally I said the letter. She was nervous about the letter. But then they gave us a hint saying, like, it must be her that she's so nervous about. We tried that too. So we tried both the letter. Would she not be worried for Maya? Do you think it's Maya? Are we not at the channeling part yet? Oh God, am I ahead of myself? So the last time we talked to Pearls, she was like, my power's gone. I did something bad. I'm a bad girl and I'm being punished. And we're like, what do you mean you're being punished? And she's like, my powers are gone. I've lost my powers. And we said, Pearls, were you trying to channel somebody? Which makes me think, okay, so she was probably the one the letter was to. She's the one that was being told to channel Dahlia. But am I getting ahead of myself? Like, do we work backwards from there? Like, we start by going over there because she's worrying about Maya, and then we work backwards to the channeling. God, I hate when the game does this. This is one of those moments where, like, I'm 2 steps ahead, and I guarantee, like, in the next step, it'll be like, but you were really worried about the letter, right? So this is another one of those things where, like, maybe we're just being too smart for the game. Let's try it. Take baby steps towards the truth, I suppose. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's always frustrating when you feel like, then like 2 things later, we'll get that exact conversation. I'm like, that's why I said. But the game was like, no, we weren't there yet. Baby steps because Pearls is baby. Okay, baby steps for the baby.
We're gonna walk her through because we gotta talk to the baby. We gotta take care of the baby. Baby Pearls. After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Donim's room reading a book together, correct?
Yes. I was so happy when she invited me. But I didn't go in the end.
You didn't go.
There was somewhere else I had to go instead.
See, I think that's why I was so confused, because she says there's somewhere else I had to go. And so I'm assuming she's talking about the fact that she was instructed from a letter from her mom to go do something.
I was so worried. I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
Although, to be fair, I think I remember when we learned about the freezing water and the 30,000 repetitions of the channeling mantras. I do remember Pearl expressing a lot of concern for Maya, saying that she felt bad that Maya had to do it alone. So maybe we are just starting from there.
I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
So Pearls never went to Ms. Dunham's room? Because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls. On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? Take that! You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? Then the next question is, who or what were you so worried about? Now, I'm going to take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Okay.
You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that's this. Take that! You were right, Maya. It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it?
Oh.
You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was the special course. I signed up for your special course. Well, my, quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one of those you channel. Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place, you felt responsible, didn't you?
Thinking about...
Whoa, as I pull the cord on my cable, on my controller.
Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the inner temple.
Then we're clear now that you... Then we're clear now that you went to the inner temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed over to the inner temple?
It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started. But there was so much snow, so I didn't get there until after 10 o'clock.
Until after 10? How did you know what time it was?
Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out.
She heard the lights out bell? The Hazakura Temple's bell is pretty small though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible.
She was trying to hear the bell. Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing that bell?
Huh? Oh,
think I know why. The reason you were so worried about that bell was because of this. This has got to be the letter. As soon as you hear the lights out bell. Take that! You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper?
Where did you...
In the incinerator at the inner temple. Pearls. You were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell.
I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing.
These instructions that were found in the incinerator? I believe they were written for you, Pearls.
For me? No.
As you can see, a large portion of it has been burnt. But the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who is it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the author of the note and their purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearls have been trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearls was supposed to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night, Pearls, was... Take that! It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the letter. It's just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris whose sister Bikini met at the inner temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of woman Dahlia Hawthorne was?
No. I've never heard of anyone by that name before reading these instructions.
I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know what Dahlia Hawthorne... She doesn't know that Dahlia Hawthorne is her sister. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow?
Send this kid to prison!
Take that! Pearls. I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you?
What is badump? What is badump? Is that a heartbeat?
You didn't have any idea who wrote these instructions. Or sorry, you didn't have any idea who this was in these instructions, did you? But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you, that's why.
How did you...
I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. All right, Pearls. Pearls, 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 Pearls. It's time you start telling me the truth.
Mr. Nick, I...
Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this.
Don't underestimate me. Just Because I'm a child.
Huh?
If you're trying to say I followed these instructions, I'd like to see some proof.
What?
Because I don't think you have any.
She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out these instructions. Guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing should do it. All right, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right. There's no evidence that proves it was you.
I knew it.
However, I do know that whoever did it was a child.
How do you know that?
It couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that.
A simple mistake? What do you mean by that?
I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instructions you'd been given. But you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it. What?
Okay, wait a minute. Wait, what did I mistake?
Hang on. We gotta read this word for word. Be careful. Once night falls, should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne. She's our ally. The whole Here's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is, burn the. Also make sure, presumably not to tell anyone about this letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. Gravely roast. No! You have got to be shitting me! Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades. And there's a poster, a scroll of the master of the Kurain technique that's been defiled by that night's dinner's gravy. She splashed gravy from dinner all over the poster of Misty Faye. Oh no, Pearls! This is the same adorable little girl that didn't know how to spell on me. And so she put the urn back together wrong so it said I am, because she can't spell. Oh no, this evidence proves it. Take that! It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it?
What? Why would I do something like that?
Do you remember what was written in the letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast, among others, right?
How do you know that?
Remember the conversation you had with Ms. Donim on the night of the murder? Perhaps we can... Oh, wait a minute. Perhaps we can read some books together.
Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading.
Well then, would you like to practice reading with me?
Ms. Elise, For example, how do you read this?
Wait! No! No! I remember this moment. Oh my god. I remember this moment when they first met her, and I just assumed that they were looking at one of Elise's storybooks together. That, like, she's holding one of her own little children's books. So presumably I assumed they sat down and they were looking at her storybook together. But Pearl brought out the letter and showed it to Misty, meaning Misty read the letter talking about destroying the Master of Karain and channeling Dahlia Hawthorne. They didn't tell us what they were looking at, but like, Elise is holding one of her children's books, and we were just told she's a children's author. So why wouldn't they be looking at a children's book? This is like a mind-blown revelation for me right now. Unfucking believable.
Mystic Elise. So, for example, how do you read this?
It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Sure, Ms. Donim taught you how to read gravely and roast. But what she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sounded like gravy. Oh, that's her.
Gravely sounded like gravy to me. And the only roast I could think of was the food.
And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from that night's pot roast.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Just a tiny bit.
I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother had asked of me. Such a simple thing, and I couldn't even do it right. Baby. Oh, honey. After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple with a pot full of the leftover gravy.
The gravy?
I saw the picture on the I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred tavern.
Tavern? The sacred tavern. This is a D&D campaign now.
I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the Master of Karain, like it said in the letter.
I see. And then?
Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area.
The guest area?
Yes. I thought I could wait there until the training was over.
Why didn't you just go to the training hall?
Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then
Pearls, did you fall asleep?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it.
Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris, too. It happens. Anyway, then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple.
Yes. When I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator, Then I heated up the leftover gravy, and I let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you...
Oh, and you let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried? Oh, baby. Oh, no. Huh. It must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too. Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry. I love this girl so much. This is my daughter. This is my daughter. I have to protect Pearl at all costs. They have seriously managed to design one of the most fucking cute as a button characters I've ever seen in a fucking video game. She needs 19 bodyguards. We need to protect this girl. She cannot go through the shit that Maya's gone through. She needs to have a beautiful, stress-free, just amazing life. Can we agree to that, chat? Can we give this to her?
It was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit?
No. I tried, but I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it?
I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and I tried and I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it.
Hey, don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh, just like that. So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone?
Yes, I don't know what to do.
Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit?
I suppose there's only one other possibility. It's not very likely, though.
Could you please tell me what it is anyway?
It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit.
Someone else? What do you mean?
Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
Yup. It's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken. Then that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne.
I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish.
Her final wish?
Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
Huh. This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it.
My mother's gone to a place called Penitentiary.
Yeah, I know, Pearls.
I visit her every month. And last month she told me...
Oh God, it's been a while. The time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It is for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now listen very carefully, and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden.
My mother's always nice to me. I love her very much.
Yeah, moms will do anything for their kids, right?
She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya's part of the Fae clan, so it had to be for the good of her too. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so. Yeah.
There was a picture with her letter too,
A picture?
of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time...
Pretty weird, huh? Like Larry knows anything about this stuff.
There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before.
That sure is pretty strange. Someone had opened it already. Burnt letter updated in the court record. Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out.
You're very welcome. My mother is watching over us, so I'm sure Mystic Maya will be all right.
Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Ha! Finally figured it out, have you, Trent? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is.
Let me try that line one more time. I thought it was going to say obvious because I was cold reading.
Ha! So you finally figured it out. You finally realized how terrible a crime being painfully oblivious is. Gato! The entrance to the sacred cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. I guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort. But it's all a waste of time. Why do you say that? Because Maya Fey isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her. Trite. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Fey. Two sisters, caught up in the worst circumstances. I realize that, but... And you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them. But I didn't know anything about what was going on. Ha! What did I just say, trite? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in and of itself. Tomorrow, we'll settle everything in court tomorrow. Once and for all.
Mr. Nick, is what that man said
It'll be all right, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see it for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child. My Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now, finally, after all this time, the master seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time.
Oh man, this case is bonkers. What is she now, White Diamond? I'd believe it. Oh my god. Okay, there goes the microphone. Stop it! What the frick? No! Come back! What the fuck you, microphone stand? I swear to God. Microphone. Yeet!
Microphone, I need you right now for voice acting. Microphone. Yeet!
Goddamn. This fucking case, you guys. Are you guys having fun? Are you enjoying this story? I'm losing my freaking mind at the end of that day. Also, I didn't know we would be an investigation for 3 hours and 40 minutes. Holy shit, dude. I was positive we were going like right into trial. But that was a 3-hour investigation day. What do we do? I have a tournament I have to wake up for in the morning. I'm in an Apex tournament with Nia. And now listen, I'm going to be real with you kiddos, all right? I'm going to be real. The likelihood of me going right to bed is 0. In all likelihood, I'm probably going to be playing multiplayer Space Marine 2 or something. Or watching Better Call Saul and having a bite to eat. But I should take care of myself and give myself an excuse to wind down. I don't think the court case is going to be any shorter. So do we want to officially wrap up next week? Would that work for you guys? Do we do one more Phoenix Wright Trilogy Day next Friday? Let me get some music on in the background. I advertised it and everything. I was like, this is it. We're wrapping up Bridge to the Turnabout. It's the final day of the trilogy. We're going to be starting Apollo Justice next week. And then, my God, this is such a long case. This is the first 4-day case, isn't it? Well, here's the thing. I won't have a tournament next Saturday. Actually, tomorrow is going to be super exciting. Do you want to know why? I've got 3 things tomorrow. I'm going to be freaking excited. Tomorrow morning, I have to get ready, and I'm going to have an Apex tournament. This is Young Yi's debut and Apex tournament at noon. Right after that, I'm sailing downtown to downtown LA. Because there's going to be a Destiny art show it's a free event in the LA area. It's a Destiny art show with a whole bunch of like behind the scenes stuff and like cool art and who knows what else. And I was invited to go, although I think Young Yi with a YI, sorry, Snake VTuber. And I don't know what else. I was invited to a VIP hour at 4 p.m., but I'm probably not going to make that because of the tournament, unless the tournament is only like 2.5 hours. And like knowing Apex, like what would you imagine? Like 6 games? We're probably going until at least 4, right? Noon to 4, if not later. But hey, if we end up early, I've got a VIP at 4. And then the event opens, I think, to the general public at 5. And so I'm going to go. It's going to be fun. I'm going to get to look at some stuff. Who knows? Maybe I'll meet. You know what would be crazy? If I met some people from Bungie. If I got to meet anyone from Bungie, that would be sick. I mean, Jesus Christ. Can you imagine? And that's tomorrow afternoon. By the way, I mean, hey, I'm going to be there either way. So if you're in the Los Angeles area and you end up at the Bungie Destiny art show, you might see me there. I guarantee I don't know how to dress myself. It'll be great. And then after that, do you know what else I'm doing? I'm going to go get dinner. Hold on to your fucking seats. I'm going to go get dinner with OB Katie Cat. Because she's in town and is in Los Angeles for a week before heading down to San Diego for TwitchCon. So how cool a day is that? It's going to be a really cool Saturday. You guys, I'm having so much fucking FOMO about TwitchCon. I want to go so desperately. And I just can't. There's like I can't reason it. It's too expensive right now with everything else going on with the debut. I'm going to be so sad. Katie's going to be there, but I'm going to see her. DM's going to be there. A bunch of other people I know are all going to be there. CAC, Sierra is going to be there. And I'm not going to see any of them unless they decide to come to Los Angeles. I'm going to be so I want you to know in advance. Is that next weekend? I want you to know in advance. Next weekend, I will be sad. So we're going to have the best Phoenix Wright day of our lives because I'm going to be having massive sag. It's going to be the huge sad. And we're going to do our best to kind of fight through it and have a great stream and it'll be good. We're going to have a great time. But yeah, so that's my day tomorrow. Sunday, as always, we don't have a stream. So I guess what I'm kind of saying is my stream tomorrow is the afternoon. So if you want to be here tomorrow, I'm probably going live a little after 11 in the morning Pacific time. We'll do the afternoon stream for the tournament, probably on a delay. So I apologize in advance if I don't answer you really easily. And then we'll be back on Monday for more something. And I guess based on what I'm hearing from you guys and based on all that, I guess we'll pick up and finish Bridge to the Turnabout next Friday. That is our first 3-day case. We've had 2 other 3-day cases, and it was the 2 other finales. Possibly 3 other. I want to say Turnabout Goodbyes, the second to last in the first game with Edgeworth. That was possibly 3 days. It was either 2 or 3. I think it was 3. I think we did Rise from the Ashes in 3 days. I think we did Farewell My Turnabout in 3 days, and this is going to be a 4-day trial. By the way, do you like that I save in new slots? So I have the final section of both the first and second game still on my save. And yeah, I will see you there for that. So listen, thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for supporting me and letting me do this little performance. I'm sorry it's a bit of a shorter performance stream tonight. There's just a lot going on. But we'll be back here on Friday for more. Is it Friday yet? And I guess I'll take us over somewhere else and leave you in some very good hands. Let's see who else is live. Seriously, Misfits, thank you so much again, as always. I know I say this all the time, but thank you so much again for doing this with me and for being here for this. This stream is my favorite thing I do all week. It's exhausting, but it is so rewarding. It is so much fun. And so that anyone wants to show up and spend time with me and let me just be a goof and do voice acting for a couple hours every week is really special to me. So thank you. If you are here from anyone else's community If you came in from the directory, if you came in with a raid, if you came in from Twitter, and you've never been here before and you had fun, I would love to have you back. So if you haven't already, please throw me a follow. I stream 4 or 5, sometimes 6 nights a week, usually 5 nights a week. I'm a variety streamer. I play a lot of different games. Sometimes Apex Legends, because I'm in Apex Legends, but we play lots of different things here, and I think you'll have a lot of fun. What else? Anything else? Thank you so much for the subs. If you supported the channel, it is September, by the way. I know I don't talk about this much because I hate asking for things, but it is September. All subscriptions are discounted all month long. And so this is the best time if you've been thinking about subbing to the channel. And if you're one of the 6 subs that were gifted out, if you either gifted any of those or if you resubscribed yourself, I know I thanked you in the moment, but again, thank you so much for supporting me. It helps keep me doing this and it means a lot to me. My mouth is like not opening in the right timing because I think I'm talking too softly. I'm trying to find the perfect settings for my PNG and I just can't fucking find them. With that, let's go over to, hey, can we do something special? I'm going to take us over to Aeon Protect Gaming. This is my old housemate, Mark, who Edwin knows. Mark Allen Jr. is a very talented voice actor, a former housemate, and a man I love so much with all of my heart. He's very talented. He's a big sweetie, and he is playing Teamfight Tactics. So he's been live for 4 hours. I don't know how long he plans on going, but I want to show some support for him. He's raided me like a dozen times, and he's never up when I'm done. So let's pay it back. Can we go over there and go ahead, and when you get there, just drop your favorite emotes. If you only have access to the basic starter ones, I'll give you an easy one. Hearts and raids, easy peasy. But if you want to drop something else, if you want to drop animated emotes, if you're one of my subbies, if you want to flex a higher tier emote, whatever you want, as long as it's a Melisande emote, fill up his chat with it. I think it'll put a big smile on his face. He deserves it. He deserves everything, honestly. And I would appreciate it a lot. That man ate my Tim Tams with a Tim Tam biscuit. Yeah, it'll be fun. Jupiter, welcome. And thank you again, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful night. Go, take care of yourselves. I'm going to go get a bite to eat. And you stay hydrated, get some rest whenever you do, and have a great, great night. I'll see you on Monday. No, I'll see you tomorrow. Shit, I'll see you in the afternoon for the tournament. All right, my loves. Mwah. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.